soccer fans, welcome to Kickoff Stadium in Nanaimo, beautiful Slammer territory for this afternoon's League 1BC match between Langley United and Nanaimo United FC. Nanaimo United FC acknowledges we are competing, practicing, and learning on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, the lands of the Slammer First Nation, Kalaman First Nation, and the Cowichan and Kanawas First Nation. We want these passed together. Fans, at this time, we'd like to please welcome our youth players walking out with us today. Some of the youngest youth players. Please welcome the Nanaimo United Happy Cleats U47. At this time, fans, we'd like you to please rise if you are able, remove your headgear, and face the flag at the end of the pitch for our national anthem, O Canada.
Two captains at the center of the pitch, Brody Thomas and Fergus Hall. Set to get things going from Kickoff Stadium in Nanaimo, British Columbia. Nanaimo United FC taking on Langley United. The battle between the first-year Langley United and the third-year Nanaimo United FC. Nanaimo still searching for their first goal on the season, but their defense has been impressive so far, allowing one goal or less through their first 3 games of the season. All but one of their 4 games this season has been scoreless entering the half, and that does not look to change today. Felipe Froley getting the call in net for Langley. He's on loan from Vancouver FC. They recently joined the CPL. For Nanaimo, it's a familiar face, Marco Illich, being backed up by his current goalie coach, Scott Brown. Very strange dynamic between those two. Imagine your coach also being your teammate and it not being the 1960s. It's looking to be a wild and hopefully not wet like it was last time affair. The rain has cleared up, at least for now. The wind has died down somewhat, but not enough to be noticeable. Shabad Jafari standing at center pitch. Looking to get things going for Langley. Marco Illich and Felipe Frollet taking turns, doing high knees. Jafari sends it back, and we are underway from Kickinishuk Stadium as immediately a long ball rolling almost beyond the goal line into the hands of Marco Illich. First save of the game for either team. Not even a minute deep, and it goes by way of Illich. Looking ahead now, Ashton Bryant and Charlie Purcell giving chases. There's a battle for it in the far corner. Rolls beyond the line and goes back to Langley. Altmaier hustling after it. Gets over to Creswick, sent back inside Purcell. Alex Dadam swings across. Suka Bahari goes over him. Declan Brown able to stay with it. Back over to Bahari. Waits. Swings it across. Creswick going up. Gets back over to Bahari. Sends it up. Still headed. Comes back over to Declan Brown. Trying to stay with it. Comes back out in front. Out comes Froley to make the save. Been a very eventful season for both him and Vancouver FC. Had a draw against Pacific not too long ago. Ostavari looking ahead. Headed back. Kalen Lewis now giving chase. Lucas able to stay with it. Now here comes Joey Buchanan ahead. Kicked out by Fergus Hall beyond the goal line. And it'll be a second-minute corner kick, perhaps with the goal coming in the third for Langley. Amir Mahdi Gassemi goes back to retrieve it. In the third minute now. Corner kick coming from Gassemi as the wall begins to close. It goes over. Here's Kalen Lewis giving chase. As it rolls beyond the line, Nanaimo now gets a chance. Ashton Bryant looking to throw it in. He gets it to Dadam. Taken away, comes back out. All backpedaling. Here's the longtime VIU Mariner Matt Coburn, who sends it ahead looking for Charlie Purcell, who accelerates. Can he get there in time? No, he cannot. Both teams today entering a new era. While this is Nanaimo's third season in League 1 BC, it's their first as Nanaimo United. They spent the previous 2 years as Harborside. Made the playoffs in their second year of existence, losing 4-1 in the semis to the eventual champion TSS Rovers. Declan Brown tries to stay with it. Comes over now Buchanan. Back over now Lewis. Back to Buchanan. But he can't color inside the lines. Nanaimo gets it back. It'll be a throw-in for Declan Brown. He's willing to see a couple games. He has since designated it to Fergus Hall as Suka Bahari gets tripped up. Nanaimo currently on 2-game losing streak, winless and goalless through their first 4 games of the season. Trying to end it here before they head on the road next week. You see some of the trickery there as the ball begins to come in. Matt Coburn can't keep it inside. As the cowbells have come out in Nanaimo from the young fans cheering on their hometown team. Collision near center. Comes Buchanan. Taken away by Brown. Bahari now looking ahead. Creswick intercepted there by Ostavari, who sends it back to Frelay. Frelay gets it back. Purcell trying to close in on him. It's headed back by Declan Brown. Near side Buchanan. Matarolo sends it ahead. Gabe Altamare as Creswick's juked out of his shoes. On the near side's Joey Buchanan going for the shot. That's headed away by Hall. Matarolo trying to keep it. Gusemi back over now to Buchanan. Sent back for Ostavari. He backpedals. Coburn. Hall chips it back out. On the far side, it's Bryant. Ashton Bryant comes back over. Gobu can't color inside the lines. Bryant giving chase. And they try for a shot. Goes right in front. Great stop there by Brown. Buchanan sends it to the far side. It goes beyond the line. It'll be a goal kick for Marco Illich. That ball goes into the stands. Someone's getting a treat. Here's Brody Thomas. He was the first signing in Langley United history as he's tripped up. He leads the team in goals with 5 on the year so far. He's gunning for the league lead. Ostavari. Swings it back across Jaden Mineta, who sends it well out of bounds as Nanaimo gets another chance. Langley gets it back. Shot goes beyond the line again. It'll be a goal kick for Illich. Lewis sends it across to the captain, Fergus Hall. Hall boots it. When the play is blown dead, out comes Felipe Frollet. Sent back in by Hall. Purcell. Goes over Creswick. Altamare trying to get it back. Suga Bahari now. Sent up by Lewis. Headed by Purcell. Dadam tries to stay with it. Altamare with a collision there. DeAndrea on the far side. He can't color inside the lines. Nanaimo retains it. Throw in intended for Altamare. It's pushed beyond the line again. This time Langley will be the benefactor. Still scoreless now, halfway through the 12th minute. Suka Bahari giving chase on Ostavari. That's intended for Gobu. Altamare tries to push it out, but he was the one who touched it last. But it won't matter. Fergus Hall swings it back to Illich. Sends it ahead, looking for Declan Brown as it's headed away by Buchanan. Sent forward now is Bahari. Makes a nice move. Tries to stay with it. Nanaimo retains it. It's a throw-in for Declan Brown. Gets it to Bahari. Creswick chips it back to Hall. Fergus Hall puts on the brakes. On the far side's Coburn. Suka Bahari giving chase. Comes back to the far side where Mineta is going to boot it. Lands at the feet of Coburn, who swings it across to Creswick. Got back over to Lewis. Lewis gets it back. Misses it. Suka Bahari as he trips up Jafari there. Buchanan sends it in, gets it back to Ostavari. Matarolo gets it back from Mineta. Matarolo with Bahari, Purcell, and Dadam watching them. Looking ahead, out comes Illich to make the save. Coburn swings it ahead, looking for Charlie Purcell, but out comes Felipe Frollet to say no. Holds onto it as he weighs his options on who to pass to. He likes to go for the long ball. Let's see how well that works out for him. Fergus Hall trying to get to it. Here's Declan Brown coming in on the near side. Gets it across Suka Bahari. Waiting bottom of your screen. That's Brown. Curls and is pushed out of bounds by Brody Thomas. Bahari gets back over Brown. Creswick battling for it. Brown able to keep it inside. Out comes Froley to make the save. And Bahari trying to get loose. Suka Bahari works his way inside. Gets it across Purcell as he's tripped up. Out comes Froley to scoop it, and Purcell's down. A rough collision right at net front. Purcell looks to be okay. Ghassemi still a bit slow to get up. Froley. Drops it back as he goes for the long ball again, or does he? He fakes a few times, selects to get a better angle on it as it's headed away by Fergus Hall. Here's Buchanan going for it as there's a sea of bodies. Dom on the far side. Swings it ahead. Nanaimo now with a good chance. Yes, in front. Creswick with a shot that goes over the net. Out comes Froley to retrieve the ball. His direct affiliation with Vancouver FC shouldn't be too much of a surprise, as Langley United shares a similar affiliation. One of the only teams in League 1BC to share a direct affiliation with a team in the CPL. Froley going for the long ball. Nanaimo continuing to apply that pressure as it rolls out of bounds. And they won't be applying much pressure for long. Lewis aids the offside. Zilich kicks it back out. And it comes right over to Buchanan, who's got room. And is blocked away by Lewis. Comes back out to Purcell. Purcell sends it across to Bahari. Trying to escape. He has it stripped. Here comes Ghassemi on the rush, looking ahead for Brody Thomas, but he's offsides. These Nanaimo fans are making themselves known so far, nearing the 20th minute. Both teams still deadlocked at 0. Lewis. Able to shake off Jafari. Able to send it ahead as it goes into the fence. And Nanaimo retains it. It'll be a throw-in for Declan Brown. Comes back over to Brown. He gets it across to Fergus Hall. The two captains having an exchange. Coburn tries to keep it inside. Nearly rolls out of bounds, and Nanaimo fighting to retain it. Suka Bahari, the recipient of the long ball. Creswick. On the near side, it's Declan Brown. Brown trying to get loose. Makes a nice move. Nanaimo gets it back. Creswick, joined by Bahari and Altamare. Creswick drops it back off to Hall. There's Hall. Over to Lewis. Bahari tries to stay with it. Sends it back to Hall. Backpedaling is Illich, who gets it across to Coburn. Goes beyond the line. Langley retains it. Here's Ostavari. Taking the pass from Gissemi. Gissemi looking for Buchanan, who can't keep it inside the line. Brown throws it in. Suka Bahari cartwheels as you hear the sounds of our first official youth support group for Nanaimo United FC. They've certainly made themselves known all game long. Lots of room to work with for Nanaimo. Misdirection there. Bahari looking ahead for Altamare, who has it taken away. Bahari tries to get it back. Here comes Lucas with a full head of steam. Looking ahead now, a diving save by Marco Illich. Brown able to stay with it. Continuing the offensive pressure. Suka Bahari not able to beat out Ostavari to it, but it rolls beyond the line. It last touches Bahari. It's a goal kick for Frole as he sends it back out. just as soon as Nanaimo turns it over, they get it right back. This is the most pressure we've seen them apply for quite a long time. Lay going for the long ball, headed by Lewis, who gets it over to Brown. Brown ahead now, Creswick. On the near side, Bahari. Here's Suka Bahari. Looking ahead. Kept back out. Booted out to center. Fergus Hall keeps it airborne. It's like a weird game of volleyball. Here comes Jafari, full head of steam. Brody Thomas misses it. Comes back over Suka Bahari. Langley forced to backpedal. Able to keep it in. Brown has it blocked. Lewis able to get it clear. Lands safely at the other end. Ostavari back to retrieve it. Comes back over. Headed away by Hall. He takes a tumble. Lands at the feet of Charlie Purcell. Swings it across Suka Bahari. Bahari trying to get loose. He's got room to operate. Suka Bahari trying to escape. Can't quite get it. Comes back over to Jafari. Takes a tumble. Might have handed it there. Despite what person might have said, it was not out as it comes back over to Buchanan. Here's Lucas, taken away by Altamare. Langley gets it back, but they do little with it, and it'll be a throw-in. Rolls back out, and Nanaimo retains it. Fergus Hall rushing back for it as it goes beyond the line. Coburn trying to get it back. Good sliding effort there by Gassemi. As you hear the eruption there, both elation and frustration from both sides. Lewis looking ahead, it's taken away. Brody Thomas. And now here comes Jafari, who swings it across. Taken away by Dadam. Dadam looking ahead. He's looking for Suka Bahari, who can't keep it in bounds. Thrown in. Comes to the chest of Thomas. Thomas able to stay with it. Coburn giving chase. And across, Lucas with a shot that gets blocked. Another chance, the rebound tipped up by Illich. It'll be a corner kick for Langley, Amir Mahdi Gassemi. Set to give it a go from the far corner. The wind is at his favor. As Langley looks to score the game's first goal. Kick on the way, missed a series of bodies. It goes just over the net. Nearly a backbreaker for Nanaimo as it's a goal kick for Illich. Illich sends it ahead. Comes back out. Altamare hustling after it. Coburn keeps it at center. And it lands with Buchanan. Looking ahead now for Brody Thomas. Thomas on the near side has it poked away by Declan Brown. Brown trying to stay with it. Intended for Purcell. Comes back over to Thomas. Here's Gassemi. Nanaimo able to get a clear. Lands back with Frelay. They tried to get it ahead for Thomas. He wasn't fast enough. Nanaimo gets it back. Lewis throws it in. Headed away by Buchanan. Purcell keeps it up. Ben Creswick trying to get to it. Alex Dadam battling for it. Comes back over. And Gassemi gets tripped up. You see there Illich taking shelter in his net. Nanaimo immediately applying that pressure. Their defense has been one of the better units in this league. As dark clouds begin to roll in, despite it remaining relatively sunny out. Good block there. Thomas. Kept inside by Coburn. Now comes Lewis to play it. Lands with Buchanan. Another header there by Lewis. And it lands right in the hands of Marco Illich, making another great save. Lewis trying to get something going. Lands with Creswick. Gets tripped up. Looking ahead for Alex Dadam. Able to win the race to it as he knocks it out of bounds. Hall able to get to it. Dadam tries for the header. He's denied. Behari tries to stay with it. Looking ahead for Thomas. He's denied. Instead, Jafari trying to stay with it. Now here's Thomas again. Looking ahead. Jafari with a shot. They try to go across. They get a little too fancy there. And it remains a 0-0 game for now as it goes off the top corner. Saved by a micrometer. Another chance now that goes beyond the goal mouth. Out comes Illich to make another save, and it remains tied at 0. Nanaimo gets it back off the header from Suka Behari. Declan Brown gets tripped up. Lewis. Sends it to Hall. On the far side, Coburn. Looking ahead, Nanaimo still gunning for their first goal on the year. Sent in by Buchanan. Fergus Hall able to get to it in time as he sends it back out to Purcell. Take 2 for Buchanan as he swings it back over to Mineta. And now for Buchanan. It's denied by Behari. Declan Brown navigating through center. Hall drops it back. And Marco Illich says, it's okay, settle down as he gets it over to Coburn. Another chance there. Rolls beyond the goal line. Illich preparing for the long ball. He sends it high. It's a good one. Headed away by Gissemi. Jafari. Coburn battling him for it. as Ghassemi takes a tumble. Nanaimo's defense has to hold strong here. So far, Langley's wrested all momentum from them, and they don't look to give it back anytime soon. Kick on the way. Good block there by Declan Brown. Comes back out. Lewis hustling after it. Tries to get to it. Thomas spins, gets it over to Buchanan. Joey Buchanan tries to stay with it and goes off of Thomas and out of play. Chuck back in, looking for Purcell. Goes out of bounds. Langley gets it back. Here's Mineta. Ghassemi back to Mineta. Back over to Ostavari, who tries to get past Suga Bahari. Remains at center. Gilburn tries for the header. He can't get it. He is, however, able to pick up the loose ball. Looking ahead now for Brody Thomas. Out comes Illich to make a save. Great play there by Illich. Brown looking across. Suka Bahari. He's got room. Tries to get around Buchanan. Drops it back off. Declan Brown trying for the long ball. Turn aside by Frelay. The rebound. They score! They score! Pigs have flown. Rain has fallen in the Sahara. Or is it? No, it's offsides. Momentum wrested from their hands. It remains scoreless into the 44th minute. Both goalies yet to allow a goal. Quite the unfortunate sequence for Nanaimo. Thomas tries to get to it. Has it taken away by Bahari. Then forth now Ben Creswick. Blocked by Hall. Rolls near the line. Hall chips it back out. Looking for Purcell. Trying to stay with it. Drops it back off Declan Brown. Brown through center. On the near side, Suka Bahari trying to stay with it. Makes a nice move. As it poked away, rolls beyond the line, Nanaimo retains it. Throw in by Brown. Gets it over to Purcell. Drops it back off Suka Bahari. Stays with it. Brown keeps it in bounds. Has limited options. Turns it over. Fergus Hall trying to get to it. Minimum of 1 minute will be added to the end of the first half as Langley guns for a goal. Rolls beyond the line. It'll be a goal kick for Illich. Nanaimo trying to make good on that offsides call. Here's Lewis. Gets tripped up. And that'll do it for the first half. Another scoreless 45 minutes for Nanaimo United, but they've also held Langley to 0. Crucial second half coming up in just a bit. We'd like to welcome you back to Kickoff Stadium in Nanaimo, British Columbia. Still scoreless after 45 minutes. You see Charlie Purcell standing out there, ready to get things going in the second half. Swings it back over to Fergus Hall, and the second half is underway from Nanaimo. Andrea drops it back over to Mineta. Both goalkeepers have been outstanding so far today, both Felipe Frollet and Marco Illich. In the former's case, that kind of comes with the territory when you're directly affiliated with Vancouver FC. He is here on loan after all. The sun has sank beneath the cover of clouds as Nanaimo prepares for a corner kick. Let's hope that it doesn't start raining again. It's Nicholas Hollum who gets ready for it. Sends it up, headed away. Comes back out. Chipped back in. Looks like a handball there on Declan Brown. Rather on Hollum. Then back in. Lewis heads it right back into the Langley zone. Altamare trying to stay with it. Lucas drops it back off. Nearly picked off there by Hollum. Here's DeAndrea. He gets tripped up and he looks to be in some pretty big discomfort. He is able to get up under his own power, however. Play goes on nonetheless. Felipe Frollet turns the key. Sends it on the far side to Buchanan. Nanaimo takes it away. Here's Suka Bahari coming down the far side. Bahari, Deeks. Taken away by Ostavari. There's chaos in front. Purcell trying to stay with it. It's sent back out. Langley able to get a clear. Lewis stays with it. Drops it back off to Illich. Looking ahead for Manuel Santo. Looked like he might have been grabbed. No calls coming. Nanaimo got away with one there as they get the ball back. Lewis with quite possibly the strangest haircut I've seen from him in quite a while. Those who saw him with the VIU Mariners last season will remember his distinctive purple hair. And he seems to have outdone himself with what looks like a jack-o'-lantern sitting on top of his head as Ghassemi gets tripped. Good chance here for Langley as they come in. Taken away by Hall, who boots it well out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Ghassemi. Sends it up, goes well over the net. Not exactly sure what he was thinking there. Kalen Lewis and Nanaimo United look to make them eat their lunch money. Altamare. Good defensive effort there by Brown as it rolls outside for another corner kick. Kick on the way. Langley looking to get their first goal of the game. And the same thing happens. This time from the other corner. Gissemi once again to get Langley on the board. Here's the kick above the goal mouth, and it goes on the outside of the net. Illich picks it up. Looking ahead for Bryant. Rolls out of bounds. Langley gets it. Thrown in by DeAndrea. Enrico Boot trying to stay with it. He swings a shot there. Once again, a corner kick. Once again, Gissemi as it comes out, headed away by Lewis. Mineta trying to keep it inside. Rolls outside, Langley gets it back. Nearing the 54th minute as the ball's flung on net into the hands of Illich. Both teams still tied at 0. Nanaimo on a 2-game losing streak. And so far seen them be outscored by a combined score of 5-0. Langley once again coming down the far side. Swung back over to Mineta. He drops it back. Over to center. DeAndrea holds it there as he does battle with Bryant. Manuel Santo comes to his aid and he wins it back. Shot there by Mineta goes nowhere. Rolls outside, Behera hustling after it. Altamare gets tripped up. Purcell trying Trying to stay with it. Now it's Nanaimo's turn to come in from the far side. Getting in front of Purcell. Loses it. Can't quite get to it. Running after it's Charlie Smith. Now a chance for Langley. Nanaimo able to get it back. Here they come again. It will remain Nanaimo ball. Langley, Azad Polani especially, not too happy with that. But they don't have much reason to complain for much longer as they try to send forth Emmanuel Santo. It gets over Illich and it goes into the net. Emmanuel Santo capitalizing on a miscue from Marco Illich. And it's a story Nanaimo's seen many times before. It's 1-0. Hallam trying to stay with it. Nanaimo looking to get on the board. Looking for Bryant on the near side. He's able to stay with it. Swinging it back over to Lewis. Back to Bryant. Bryant makes a nice move. He gets tripped up. No calls coming. Nicholas Hallam able to stay with it. He swings a shot there that gets blocked. Comes back out to center. Illich wisely backpedaling. Declan Brown barely able to keep it inside the line.
Langley United goal, scored in the 56th minute by number 13, Manuel Santos.
Here's Hallam. Nanaimo getting desperate. No chance now. Looking ahead for Santo. Gunning for his second, and he's got it! His second goal of the half, Emmanuel Santo.
United substitution. Entering the game number 17, Dave Alchemay. Entering the game number 9, Ryder Skolka.
Lewis. Looking ahead. Barely kept in bounds. Hollum takes a tumble. Trying to stay with it. Skolka hustling after it. Comes back over to Santo, who's already got 2 goals. Purcell. Here comes Alex to Dom. Has it taken away.
Langley goal scoring the 59th minute. Number 13, Emmanuel Santorado.
Santo can't keep it in bounds. Nanaimo gets it back. Back over to center. Mineta trying to fend off Skolka. Gets it over to DeAndrea. Back over now, Mineta. Sent back out. Fergus Hall. Out comes Illich. Looking ahead now, out comes Froley. Hall. Back over now, Santo. Sliding kick there. Gissemi on the far side. Obu gets tripped up. And a hit from behind. Back goes Ostavari. Keeps it in bounds. Taken away by Langley. Charlie Purcell at center. Able to stay with it. Gets it back over to Fergus Hall. Back over Ashton Bryant. Trying to shake off Santo. Lewis. Back to Purcell. Looking ahead, there's a race to the far side before it goes beyond the goal line. It'll be a goal kick for Felipe Froley. Long ball coming from Froley. Perhaps a little bit of embellishment there. Skolka able to get to it. And down the far side, Bahari tried to get there.
Langley substitution. Exiting the game number 12, Joe Buchanan. Entering the game number 3, Axel DeVries.
Throw in there. Kick back out. Brown trying to stay with it. Looking ahead, nearly had Ryder Skolka there. Kept in bounds. Here comes Alex DeVries, full head of steam. Sends it on the far side. Santo can't keep it in. Illich gets it back over to Hall. Sends ahead for Purcell. Back to Brown. Skolka trying to get loose. Ashton Bryant gets tripped up. DeAndrea gets it over to Santo, who can't keep it in bounds. Here comes Nanaimo on the rush. Trying to get it in front. They have it blocked. They try to get loose. Booted back out to center. Here comes Brody Thomas on the rush. He tries to get loose. Brody Thomas in all alone. Stopped by Illich. It'll be a corner kick for Marcus DeAndrea. Kick on the way. Going towards the net, headed, it pinballs. Another chance there by DeVries, they score! It is now a 3-0 hole for Nanaimo. Another second half implosion like we saw last week against Kamloops.
Langley goal scored in the 69th minute on number 15, Chance Lucas.
Lucas gets his first of the game as Froley scoops it up.
Then we had a substitution, exiting the game number 5, Jordan Lewis, exiting the game number 19, Joseph Maragoff.
Here they come. Illich able to make the save. Josh Rayner checking in. As he gets tripped up. Purcell gets it across to Brown. Back over to Suka Bahari. Looking ahead, Ashton Bryant able to stay with it. Tries to work his way around Santo, who has 2 goals today. Good block there by DeAndrea. Brown able to swing it across. And Nanaimo letting their temper get the best of them. And he does not look all right. Gissemi able to get up under his own power. Relay sends it ahead. Rayner going after it. Trying to get it back. Sends into the bleachers.
Langley made substitution. Entering the game, number 15, Matthias Lucas. Number 10, Amir Nadi Gissemi. Number 19, Marcus Langley. Entering the game, number 14, Harris Husseini. Number 16, Dominic Joseph. And number 9, Connor McMillan.
Boo can't beat the offside. Nanaimo gets it back. Out comes Illich. Gets it over to Hall. Rayner. With Haragos on the outside. Here's Declan Brown. Brown through center. Trying to go ahead. And now Nicholas Holland's got room to go. They score! They're not going to call this one back. The long drought is over. It's Nicholas Hollum that gets the first goal of the year for Nanaimo. They thought they'd never see the day. Pigs have flown. Rain has fallen in the desert. Cats and dogs are teaching each other advanced trigonometry. But Nanaimo still got a lot of work to do as it rolls out of play. Purcell. No chance there. Goes between the uprights, and it is good. Does that make it 6-1 Langley? Another chance there as Mineta takes a tumble and he's clutching his face. Perhaps he took a cleat to the face as he looks to be in some discomfort. He looks to be okay. Nearing the 79th minute. 3-1 in favor of Langley. And I'm able to get it clear, looking ahead for Ryder Skolka. Rolls back to the Langley back line. Nanaimo giving chase as it's sent back in. Hall heads it, looking ahead for Bahari. Curls there. Here's Brown. Sends it over to Bahari. Between the legs for Purcell. Charlie Purcell gets it on the far side. A chance now intended for Rayner. Brody Thomas takes a tumble. Seems to be some delay as Felipe Frollet prepares for the long ball. He sends it ahead. And it's kept out. Gone back over to Santo, who has 2 goals today. Able to battle for it. Can't keep it in bounds. Nanaimo gets it back.
number 23, Beckham Hatch.
Rolls beyond the line again. Going to be a goal kick for Illich. Bahari through center. Looking ahead. Ashton Bryant on the near side. Holds it there. Gets it back over to Hollum, who has Nanaimo's lone goal today. Brown. Back over to Purcell. At center, it's Hall. Bahari navigating to the far side. Gets it back. Weighs his options as he tries to navigate around Matarolo. Looking ahead. Trying to get it to Ashton Bryan, who takes a hit there from Santo. As it rolls outside, it'll be a corner kick for Nanaimo. Corner kick coming from Hollum, who has a goal today. As it's sent back out. Bahari trying to stay with it. Pursued by Dominic Joseph and his magnificent afro. Nicholas Hollum gets tripped up, and Santo's off to the races. Santo dishes it back to Joseph. Looking on the near side to Husseini. That's tripped up by Hollum. Gets it back over to Santo. Play continues. McMillan. And he misses Husseini. Rolls out of bounds. Nanaimo gets it back. It's not over yet. Ashton Bryant. Over to Hollum. Charlie Purcell. Drop back to Hall. Now here's Declan Brown. Puts on the brakes. Tries to navigate back. Drops it over to Purcell. Does a spin move. Swings it over Fergus Hall. Here's Bahari. On the near side for Declan Brown. Here's Nicholas Hollum looking for his second of the game. Santo strips it. Not able to stay in bounds, though. Nanaimo gets it back. Bryant taken away by Santo. Brown nearly picked it off. And now Thomas is off to the races. Slide tackle there by Fergus Hall. Charlie Purcell able to corral it for Nanaimo. Fergus Hall trying to get it ahead to Bryant, but it's taken away. Here's Dominic Joseph looking ahead for Thomas. Can he beat the ball to the line? No, he cannot. Goal kick coming from Marco Illich. Brody Thomas, the first signing in Langley United history. As Joseph sends it back. Bryant trying to get it. Instead falls to Husseini, who clears it. Looking ahead now for Skolka. Taken away by Mineta. Here's Alex DeVries. Out comes Illich to play it as it rolls beyond the line. Skolka able to hold it at center. He's able to get it free. Swings it back over to Rayner. Trying to get to Skolka on the far side. It goes into the Langley bench. Bahari across to Declan Brown. Trying to work his way past Joseph. And Bryant taken away by Santo. Rolls out of bounds. Nanaimo gets it back. Fast throw in there by Declan Brown. Purcell has it taken away. Here comes Brody Thomas, full head of steam. Brody Thomas gets tripped up on his way. Looks to be hurt. A yellow card, I believe, against Purcell. Brody Thomas got tripped up as he was coming in on the Nanaimo goal. Fairly confident he would have scored there. But he does look to be okay. That's Connor McMillan and Dominic Joseph. Ready to get things going as the wall forms. McMillan has it blocked by the wall. Goal kick coming. Or perhaps a corner kick now. Corner kick from the far side for Beckham Hatch. Looking to restore the 3-goal lead for Langley. But that's not really how you do it. Joseph able to get it back. Stretching effort there by Ostavari. Able to get it back. Rayner. Now over to Brian Bland. Ryder Skolka, the two subs who came on. Herr Goss sends across Suka Bahari. Bahari trying to get loose, puts on the brakes. Just swings it to the net, trying to get the header from Skolka, and it's into the hands of Felipe Frolet. A great save there by the Langley goalkeeper. He elects for the long ball. Langley just looking to kill as much clock as they can. Here they come. Brody Thomas, wouldn't this be something? Thomas can't get it through. It goes just beyond the goal mouth.
Has indicated a minimum of 4 minutes will be added on.
4 minutes minimum will be added to the second half. Battle in the far corner. McMillan trying to get it back. Just stays inside the lines. The wind has come up. Langley gets it back. Here's Dominic Joseph. Noted for his legendary afro. One of the better ones I've seen in my lifetime, perhaps better than my uncle Darren, who I imagine will be watching this from back home in Victoria. Nanaimo looking for a miracle. As it rolls back in. It's a throw in for Santo. Looking for Thomas. He hustles to the near side. Brian Bland giving chase. Santo keeps it in. Great play by him. Bland. Looks like he might have gone out of bounds there. Refs put the whistles away as it goes off the booty of Declan Brown. I mean, if it works, it works. Here comes Connor McMillan now. Thomas in all alone and he misses it. Never even touched the net. Just as the sun sets in Nanaimo, the sun looks to set on the game. The minutes and extra time slowly fading away as it's a throw-in for Brian Bland. Bland throws it in. Nicholas Hollum as it rolls beyond the line again. They try to stay with it. Nanaimo gets it back. Potentially one last chance on the throw-in by Jonathan McKenzie. No doubt looking for the header. Nicholas Hollum misses it. Declan Brown tries to keep it in the zone. DeVries tries to give chase as it's called back. The wall beginning to form. Nanaimo looking to come back. Suka Bahari puts up a shot. The wall closes in, trying to get in front into the hands of Froley. And that'll do it. Langley holds on. They survive a late Nanaimo to push to take it by a final score of 3-1. Not an entirely lost effort for Nanaimo, however. They get their first goal of the season from Nicholas Hollum. They head on the road next week. They'll be back 2 weeks later for the L1BC Match of the Week. So until next time, as we acknowledge our club sponsors one last time, RLR Lawyers, Ramsey Lampman Rhodes Lawyers, they're Vancouver Island's lawyers. O'Neill's, keep it NUFC looking sharp for more than 7 years. Wildwood Health, rehabilitation, sport performance, personal training, pediatrics, gearing you up for all of life's adventures. Junk in Our Trunk, your top choice for junk removal and moving services on Vancouver Island. Seaview Home and Auto Glass, making it possible for our youth to come out and support NUFC. Martin Van Elsen Real Estate Team, helping West Coast buyers and sellers achieve more wealth through real estate since 1993. Footprint Security, providing the highest level of service and security expertise to Vancouver Island for 40 years. As well as Wolf Brewing, the Nanaimo Track and Field, the VIU Mariners Athletics and Recreation, the Nanaimo News Bulletin, and the Jingle Pot Pub. So until next time, on behalf of Jason Coates, Alex Coates, and our entire production team here at Kinnischuk Stadium, I'm Caleb Green saying good night and thanks for listening.